My dad told me that you sent him to jail. You set him up.
I ain't gonna lie to you, it's true. Back then I had big plans. Big plans that Kanan couldn't see. So it was either set him up for him to go away or it was me killing him. I wasn't gonna kill him. When my pops died, your dad was there for me, man. I looked up to Kanan. Hell, I needed him. At one point in my life, I loved your pops very much.
Love? What do you know about love? Huh? You love my dad, but you sent him up? You love Tasha, but you been cheating on her for fucking I don't know how long? She deserves better than you.
You don't deserve to be my son.
What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your man friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power Reloaded. That is right, my good ugly ass friends. I got another Power Reloaded video for you. And this one right here is titled, What If Shawn Lived / What If He Killed Ghost? Yep, that is right, my glad friends. As we know as Power fans, Shawn was very much into Ghost's wife Tasha, and it ultimately led to him putting the gun on him inside of Club Truth. And of course, he was too soft to go ahead and get the job done. But the question is, in this particular video, is what if he went ahead and went through with it? How would that have changed the game in the world of Power? What term of events would have taken place? Who would have been sitting on top? What would have happened next? I have all of that in my in how I think it will turn out, in my opinion, and more. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this video. Now, as we know, in the beginning of Power, we were introduced to the character Shawn Stark, who is none other than the son of Kanan Stark. Now, Shawn was a young 20-year-old guy in season 1 who looked like he had a promising career in basketball, but of course he blew out his knee and was no longer able to play. So it seemed like he just graduated from college and was picking up a new job as a basketball coach, right? And of course, he even then had, feelings, or at least a crush or some of the sort for none other than Tasha St. Patrick, as we can see him eating on a biscuit and looking at that ass. So we knew even then that he had, some kind of interest in her then. And I think Tasha knew that crap then. Well, in fact, I knew she knew that then as well. But her little trifling ass was just using it to her own advantage. And then, of course, after getting in her feelings at Club Truth, because Ghost was talking to some little hoochie, she decided she wanted to go ahead and let that coochie pop up in that car and give Shawn a little show, which obviously enhanced his little feelings that he had to be the simp that he really is, and started snitching on Ghost and all kinds of stuff. Mind wiggly hell. And then of course with none other than the influence of his ugly ass daddy, he was convinced to take Ghost out. Just like we've seen in the clip, Ghost was the only one standing in the way of what he wanted with Tasha. So the simp thought it over and was like, you know what? I need to do this. And then he ultimately decided, let me go ahead and do this. And he caught your boy Ghost at his club and pointed the gun on him. And he was talking all kinds of shit, talking about Tasha deserved more than this and all that bullshit he was talking. But, so the question is, what would have happened if two things would have... I got two different scenarios for us. So, the first one is if Shawn would have went ahead and went through and just popped Ghost right here on the spot, how would things have turned out? Well, I could see it turning out a couple of different ways. Well, for one thing, Tommy probably would have went ape shit and went on a rampage trying to find out who took him out. And eventually, as sloppy as Shawn is and as green as Shawn is, he would have found out that it was Shawn. And of course, Tasha wouldn't have been happy about Ghost being dead either. So Tasha probably would have turned on Shawn. So either way, Shawn would have been in trouble. So it would have been an all-out war. Tasha and Tommy would have teamed up to take down Shawn and Kanan. So Kanan would have had a war on his hand either way. So unless Kanan would have went ahead and took out Tommy immediately before he got to, put two and two together and figure everything out. I'm pretty sure that probably would have been his plan. But either way, we would have had a war take place between Ghost, Tommy, Julio, Tasha, all of them, and Kanan and his crew. So Kanan and Dre and, all of their people. Also, eventually, Tariq would have gotten old enough to find out exactly what's going on. And even if, let's say, that they made it, let's say Kanan won the war, and if Tariq would have stayed alive long enough, eventually Tariq would have learned the truth, and I believe he would have made a move on Kanan. So Tariq would have still became ugly, and this time he would have loved his, because, this is before he knew all the stuff about his father. So he would have just known Ghost to be a good guy, a loving father, and he would have been upset that someone took his father away. So he would have loved his dad the entire time, and he would just try to avenge him. That's how I would have seen those things playing out if Shawn would have pulled that trigger. Now, here's the next dynamic. What if, let's say, Shawn didn't pull the trigger, but instead, he does, listen to Ghost, and instead of confronting his dad, he just go ahead and decides to leave. Do you think, and I'm gonna ask you the viewers this question too, what do you think would have happened? Would Tasha have went through with just go ahead and leaving with him? I'm going to go ahead and give you my opinion. I would say no. Because eventually I think Tasha would have figured out, man, I can't live like this. I just went from balling with a good man. At the end of the day, I had a man, and all that money I was enjoying and the lifestyle that I was living, and I'm going to go and live under the salary of a high school basketball coach like Ghost told her. Yeah, I can't see her doing it. She would eventually came to reality and be like, yeah, son, I can't do that with you, glad nigga. But I had fun, glad nigga. That's probably what she would have told him. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think Tasha, also what I think would have changed it, because if you remember, on the finale of season 2, before she knew Shawn was dead, she came to Ghost and said, she thanked him because he did what he said and he got Tommy out of jail, right? So, with that being said, you could tell by her demeanor and how she was doing that she wanted to try to make another attempt to make it work with him. Because she was thinking that him and Angela was over since he blew her up in court. But obviously we know as viewers that that wasn't the case. But you know, she was under the impression that it's possible they were done. So either way, I think with that, her thinking that way, she wouldn't have went with Shawn. Either way, Shawn, you'd have to take that L and go live in Connecticut or wherever the hell you would have went and live by yourself. But at least he would have been alive, right? So he would have maybe found him some love somewhere else. But that's the dynamic we could get where Shawn lives. I mean, he lives in both situations. Where actually I would say the other outcome, he wouldn't have lived, because eventually Tommy or Tariq probably would have came and got him. It would have took some time for Tariq to do it, because obviously he was pretty young during this particular time, but maybe 4 or 5 years later, he would have got old enough and, you know, became who he become now. And he would have I think he would have hunted Shawn down and got him. So this situation, if he would have just not went and confronted his dad, he could have lived. But of course, as we know, that's not what he did. He came and he obviously approached his dad and he paid the price for it. So, just like the other videos, my good and glad friends, let me know the outcomes that you guys see. What would have happened if he shot Ghost and killed him? How could you have seen things played out? And also, what if he didn't shoot Ghost, but just decided not to go and confront his father? How would you have seen his life play out then? Let me know that in the comments. But, you know, pretty much that's all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. So if you're cool with me, fool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your glad friends. Until the next video,